August 23rd, Armani and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network, Ryan Armani, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazzaway, and do not adjust your television sets at home. Do not adjust your iPhone, however you're watching us on the old YouTube here. That is not Braylon Edwards next to me. That is Tom the Man Mazzaway.
What up, Rye?
Hi, everybody.
Baby. What's happening?
You, man.
Thanks for welcoming me back to the table.
Oh, yeah, thanks. You know,
I usually sit in the kiddie section.
Yep, we'll get that section. Look, that is the most important seat in the house.
Hey, that's the Lady Jane seat, man.
I know people that watch the show on YouTube just to see the Maz Cam.
I love that Maz Cam. Is top notch. I get to see it from this view all day long.
Maz sitting in for Braylon at the big desk. Braylon Edwards today, let me tell you, he'll join us in our 3 o'clock hour. Our partner is being honored today at the NFL Alumni Detroit Chapter golf outing today. Braylon Edwards does so much great work in the community for many, many years as a retired NFL football player. He's being honored for that work today, and we were going to talk to Braylon coming up in our 3 o'clock hour, right at 3 o'clock, I do believe. We're really excited for him. We're excited that he's a part of this. I'm excited to sit next to him every day. The guy is all class, and he shares it with everybody out there.
It's all good, man. We got lots to talk about. Of course, Miguel Cabrera finally got that home run yesterday. Thankfully, I ran video on it. I've been running video every day. I might not be able to be at Sky Dome, but you know I wasn't going to miss that 500th home run.
The Lions in Pittsburgh as well. I mean, that was a unique preseason game, I feel like, in that.
You think?
You know, when the Lions missed like 10 or 11 starters on both sides of the ball. So what do you deduce from that? There are a couple of things that I take away from it, Maz.
A tale of two halves, too.
No doubt about it. Well, we got a lot to get to today.
We got Justin Rogers coming on, Detroit News beat writer for the Lions. We'll talk to him. We might even have, Gibby might even join us later today. Kirk Gibson.
We are expected to have Tigers analyst, 1984-1988 World Series champ Kirk Gibson has his outing today at Wingate for the Parkinson's patients and research. A lot of great stuff going on in the summer. Doesn't it feel like summer is winding down now with all these golf tournaments, too?
Well, not only that, you know, my kid, Maddie, back to school today. First day as a freshman at Bishop Foley. I mean, she went kicking and screaming. She did not have a good weekend thinking about this day.
She didn't want to go.
She don't want to go yet. She's not ready yet. I don't think any kid should start school before Labor Day. Any kid.
Both of mine do.
I don't like it.
I think it's, you know, whether it's a Catholic school thing or not. I think that's what it is.
But it sucks, man. This is the summer. This is the dog days of summer. It's August.
I don't know,
man.
man.
School for?
Look, once football practice starts in the fall, what is that first or second week in August? Summer's over for me.
Yeah.
Once the football season starts, and by season I mean actual practice. Kids go to practice. You're going to the 2-a-days or 3-a-days, and I'm not even sure you're allowed to do that anymore.
Right.
They probably call that something else. But once those kids start that, Maz, I mean, summer is over. And in fact, speaking of high school football, the big prep kickoff classic happening this week at Wayne State. There's a lot going on. I love the high school football thing.
When was the last high school football game you went to?
Last year. I called
Friday nights.
Okay. I called the games at Grosse Pointe South High School.
Of course you did. You're
on the PA, the public address announcer at Grosse Pointe South Stadium. I did that for 3 years, and I'm not doing it this year because my nephew, you know, one of the reasons Robbie, one of the reasons why I did that is so I could call his games when he got to high school. Well, he gets to high school, he's going to De La Salle. He's not even going to Grosse Pointe South.
They take a lot of our best kids, man, away from the Publix.
Yeah.
No question about it, man. My Lily's getting ready for her freshman year at Michigan State, and Abby going to be a senior at Lakeview. I'm full, hands full, bro.
I mean, hands full, pocketbook not doing so good right now, though.
No, not at all. I'm bleeding.
Pocketbook not doing so good, man. He's got a kid in college, a kid in a Catholic high school, private high school, and Oh, man.
Why do I punish myself?
You got some problems, bro.
I got some major issues.
You got some issues. That is so.
It's all good.
You get any meat pies today, though?
Oh, Emily's. We got a shout out to the Hawkinson family over at Emily's Meat Pies, the homerun meat pie on Mack Avenue, the best in the business, best Arabic food, Mediterranean food, and on the east side for sure.
So Maz and I are both Lebanese, Arabic. We're Arabic. I'm half Italian as well.
I'm 100%.
Yeah, we eat at the same place. We eat at Emily's. And I go in there, every time I go in there to see Sam, Sam says, "You see Maz? You doing a show with Maz?" "Yeah, what do you talk? Sports?" I said, "Yeah, we're talking
that sounds
sports."
Just like
yeah, we're talking sports. It's great. You go in there, you say, "Kefik, Sam." "Good, you?"
"Good, you?" I'm always talking to horses with them. We used to go to Hazel Park once in a while, meet up there. But Northville, they haven't been running in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully, the live racing back in Northville.
I don't know anything about those ponies, man.
I know, but it's fun. We got to take you at least.
No, I'm not going to no pony race. Are you crazy?
It's nothing. Just go. Have a good time.
What if my wife is watching?
Okay, sorry. My bad.
Oh, my
They're just
goodness.
little animals.
No, it's good.
Did you see the escaped horse, by the way?
I saw that. We're going to show that to you.
We'll show that to you later on.
How great was that?
This young filly just got the hell
How
out
does
of
that even
Kentucky.
happen, man?
She bucked her rider and found her way out of this track in Kentucky. We got to tell you about it later. It's great video. She took off on the highway and ran. It was. I'm glad she's good. She's okay. They caught her.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did.
What does Tom Mazzaway do on a weekend?
Well, usually we're running around going to softball games and tournaments and stuff like that. But
it's over. That's no softball tournaments.
No softball right now. Well, we had travel ball, but that's done. Kathy was up north this past weekend, so it was just me and the girls. Lily is barely home. She went to the Pitbull concert on Friday.
Oh, man. Everybody I know went to that Pitbull concert.
Broadwell went. He had second row.
Really?
He didn't love Pitbull, but someone that liked him had second row, so he goes.
I've been to DTE in a minute, man. It's been years.
It's just
Hall & Oates was so far.
Hall & Oates was there.
I know.
I used to go to Zott Ford. I used to work at Zott Ford past freaking Pine Knob. You think that's far? Go to Holly.
How did you do that?
I don't know. But we did it.
I mean, and you did the 9 to 9 on the Monday and the Thursday too, which means so. What?
I didn't get home before 10:30.
So did you like leave the house at 8 a.m. and get home at 10?
Oh yeah.
Did you make some good money there?
Did okay.
Yeah.
Did okay. It was fun. I had a good time. I always wanted to work. See, the car business, they have no idea how to really make a schedule for these people. You can make your own schedule. You don't have to be locked in a dealership for all of those hours. If you're a good salesman, you have people calling you, making appointments, stuff like that. There's no need for you to be there for 12 hours. You come in, you make your appointment, as long as you make your quota, they're not paying you. So it's your money. If you don't sell, you don't eat. So let the guys have their own freaking hours. That's what I'm saying. But I'm okay. I'm happy here.
Well, yeah.
I'm good.
No doubt about it.
I'm good to
go. Quick funny story. So this is years ago. I think this is the first time, Maz, you and I have actually ever done a show together.
Just one-on-one.
Just one-on-one. There's always just one-on-one, you and I together.
I know the story you're going to tell, and it never leaves my memory.
Many years ago. Many years ago. I mean, before 105.1.
Yep.
Before, the thought of 105.1 or anything like that, Maz and I don't know. You were at the Red Wings game. I was at the Red Wings game.
No, it was at the Palace.
No. Was it the Palace?
Yeah, it was at the Palace.
Well, then it was a Pistons game.
It was a concert.
Game. Oh, it was a concert?
It was a concert.
Tell the story then, because I'm kind of...
I forgot who we were seeing. It might have been Bruno Mars. Did you see Bruno Mars?
No, I didn't see Bruno. Oh, Imagine Dragons, maybe? No.
Maybe you were right. Maybe it was a Red Wing. We met at some place. It was either the Joe... It wasn't Joe.
This is so many years ago, by the way.
And I think it was the Palace. We meet. I'm going to the bathroom. Who do I see in the stall? Ryan Armani. I didn't look over the stall. By the way. Yeah, he was swaying.
This is about.
He was like,
this at least 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This at least 10 years ago though.
Easy.
And I was all lathered up.
You were swaying.
I was all lathered up,
But you're laughing. You're always in a good mood, and you were just in a better mood that night. And you were like, I think it might have been right before 105.1 was birthed.
Yeah.
But we might have heard a rumor that, this new station is going to be starting or so. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So then Ryan just looks over to me and he's, Maz, I think we're going to be working together soon. I'm like, what are you talking about? And, you're taking a whiz. I didn't want to freaking keep talking to you, but you're just talking, and before you know it,
we got to do a show together, man. I love you, man. We got to do it.
We finish peeing, and we hug, wash our hands, and we leave.
And ultimately we started working together for a short time at 105.1, and then here we are, pop up here.
It was more than a short time. We did all right over there.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but just you and I never one-on-one.
Correct. No one-on-one.
You and I never one-on-one.
But we're like cousins, man.
Yeah, absolutely. We are cousins, and anybody shares the same ethnic background as us, we always feel like
we all know
we're related anyway. Hey, I want to thank you, the listeners, as well. You, the listeners, and the watchers on our YouTube page. We do have north of 10,000 subscribers on our YouTube. All right, hey. And we have you to thank for that on our Twitter page as well. We now have 10K followers, over 10,000 followers on Twitter. That is all because of you. We are trying to do something fun here, do something different at Woodward Sports. Watch us on YouTube. Watch us on Twitter. Just search the old Woodward Sports. You'll see us there. We'll pop up live 2 to 4 weekdays, and then after 4 o'clock, anywhere you like to watch your podcast or listen to your podcast. We have the app as well, the Woodward Sports Network free app. Please feel free to download that on your iPhone.
It works like a charm. You drive it in the car, you hit the play button, and that's it.
It's almost too easy. I feel like we should ask people for their emails as we download them or not.
That would be nice.
You don't even have to do that. Nope. You just watch, download, and listen. We are going to get to some Miguel Cabrera stuff coming up next. Also, we're going to have Justin Rogers from the Detroit News break down that Lions game in about 25 minutes from now. But Miguel Cabrera, he finally did it, hit career home run number 500. We'll get to the significance of that next. This is Armani and Edwards. Braylon off today. He'll join us at 3 from his golf outing. Maz is here as well. This is Woodward Sports Network.
The 1-1. Deep fly ball. Right center field. That's got carry. It's gone! Number 500 and history for Miguel Cabrera.
Oh, man.
So there you have it. Matt Shepard with the call, courtesy of Bally Sports Detroit. The pressure of the calls, too. I mean, you know, not only Miguel Cabrera hitting the home run, but the pressure to nail the call, too. And speaking of that, we talked about this last week, Matt. There was one guy that could replace Ernie Harwell as the voice of the Tigers on the radio. One guy. And that is Mr. Dan Dickerson.
Have you ever heard a complaint about him?
No, I haven't.
Nothing.
Take a listen to Dan Dickerson's call of number 500.
And this is in the booth. Check it out.
It's the 1-1. Fly ball right center. Deep. Got a chance! 500! Miguel Cabrera has done it! The high five to Santiago as he rounds third, and his teammates pour out of the dugout, and this crowd in Toronto on their feet. The welcoming committee from every teammate as he heads down those dugout steps. There have been more than 20,000 players in Major League history. Miguel Cabrera has become the 28th to hit 500 home runs.
So effortless.
And you could tell that's a baseball fan watching a baseball game and calling it. You could see he got the chills.
Yeah.
And I've known Dan so long, but I can tell you that's his favorite shirt. He wore his lucky shirt to the game.
Stop it. Really? How do you know that?
Because I've been with him so many years, and I've been in so many games with him, spring training games, sitting with him. I'm just telling you, this guy was ready just to see history. And what did he tell us last week?
He told us last week, Maz, and it was really interesting. I had to go back and look this up. He said last week, everybody's wanting it to happen at home, and the pressure is mounting, sure, but he is hitting a home run every 30 at-bats. So relax a little bit on, he's not hitting the home run. He's going 6 games of a homestand without hitting a home run. How long did it take him to hit?
32?
31 at-bats.
31 at-bats.
31 at-bats to hit home run number 500 since he hit home run number 499. And the dugout celebration was fantastic as well. This is what happened to Miguel Cabrera as he gets back to the dugout. It's so great as well, Maz. Those fans in Toronto were as classy.
There weren't many of them, but they did well.
They were so classy to kind of share in that moment with baseball. And that was a baseball moment, too, right? I mean, numbers in baseball are everything.
Toronto's been good to the Tigers. Remember Justin
Verlander, no-hitter.
And they were cheering for him that day, too. I remember that game. It's just a good park to hit in the afternoon. Yesterday really was. And I circled Thursday because they played at home during the day. And he almost took it out a couple of times. And you circle this day. Those day games, that's where you're going to get that home run. A guy, he don't hit a lot of home runs, but he got this one.
The interesting thing about Miguel Cabrera, too, is, he's played really well this season. I mean, is he $38 million? Well, no, but they're not paying him for that. I mean,
he already put that up.
Miguel Cabrera's contract is for what he's done and for these moments, a.k.a. yesterday, so he could hit number 500 in a Tiger uniform. So he could hit his 3,000th hit in a Tiger uniform, which he is 45 hits away from that, and he'll get that most likely next season.
36 games to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't count him out of this year, but most likely he's going to get those 45 hits. Excuse me, the 3,000th hit. He'll do that next year.
His goal this year, he said it in February, was to hit number 500 and to get 3,000 hits. He said, I come in, I feel good, I'm in good shape. When he came in, we always talk about, look how great Miguel Cabrera is in great shape this year. He wanted to do it. 36 games, don't count him out, man, because it was a monkey on his back. He could just free swing now. Little single, no problem.
And I don't think that can be minimized either. Mm-hmm. I mean, once you hit 499, I have to imagine, and I'm not some sports psychologist or have ever been confused for anybody that could play Major League Baseball. What game are you talking about?
The game.
But nonetheless, I have to imagine once you hit 499, every swing that you physically swing after that is to try to hit number 500.
Of course.
There's no, let me send this the other way to, push it down the line, play situational ball there, try to slap a couple of singles. Not that Miguel Cabrera's, swinging to slap anything anywhere. But you get what I'm saying.
I totally get it. And he's going to free swing now. There's no pressure on him. Tigers aren't going to go to the playoffs. They can still make second place, which would be a nice thing. Indians play him tough as always, but they don't have to play them too many more times before the end of the year.
I think
you got 6 with the Rays still.
I think that in the 36 games, you're 60 and 66. You're 6 games under 500. I think you really could play to get to 500 if you're the Tigers. I mean,
would be nice.
That should be your focus and something to play for and something to build on. I want to play some sound for you from A.J. Hinch. He has really kind of come in and really enjoyed this march with Miggy. Here's his thoughts after the game yesterday. Miguel Cabrera, 500.
Great win today. Great win today. A lot of good things happened. But probably the coolest thing we saw happen today is somebody joined 28 players in the history of the game have reached 500 homers. From your first one in 2003, Al Levine, Steven Matz, today number 500. Miggy, we've seen you pass a lot of important people, man. We saw you become the Venezuelan hit king. We've seen you pass name after name. Babe Ruth was on the board. Frank Robinson was on the board. Now we're seeing you walk up the home run title. Miggy, thank you for letting us be a part of this. We're going to remember this day for the rest of our careers.
That guy's a straw that stirs the drink, man. I love A.J. Hinch, and I've laughed about it. I'm glad he cheated a couple of years back, not against the Yankees, but I'm glad he cheated. I'm glad he was fired. I'm glad he's here.
Can we make a caveat to the cheated thing?
Of course.
He did not cheat.
I know.
He just didn't say anything.
Well, he was an accomplice.
Okay, whatever. I don't
Call
even,
it what you want. He was an accomplice.
Fine, but let's talk about what he said for a minute.
Sure.
Because this team is very young. To play with an all-time great, and he is an all-time great. In my opinion, he's the greatest Tiger to ever wear the uniform. And, no disrespect to Ty Cobb or no disrespect to Al Kaline or anybody like that. He is the greatest Tiger ever to wear the uniform. I think this is an exciting impression that he can leave with these younger guys. And I'm not here saying Miguel Cabrera is done at all. What I am saying is, for these young guys to see a living legend like this, I don't think that can be minimized.
It can't. It's a phenomenal thing. You see how they react to him. That's Papa Bear, man, coming home. He comes home. Each guy's got a handshake. He knows each guy's handshake. He's young. Like I always say, I'm a young 59-year-old guy.
59?
Yeah, I got 3 young girls. I got 3 young girls at home. And they keep me young, man. It's that they keep him young. That Tiger team keeps him young. I think he's having a good time.
I think Miguel Cabrera is having just as much fun this season as he's had in the last 6 years combined, probably.
No doubt.
If you want to put it like that. This is quick as well. When he got back to the clubhouse, this is what the teammates had in store for him when he got back to the clubhouse. How about that for a celebration? Lots of champagne. There's not been a ton of champagne in any Detroit Tigers clubhouse celebration at all. Want to make mention as well, Maz, the Florida Marlins, the Miami Marlins now had a nice tweet out for Miguel Cabrera congratulating him. 138 home runs in a Miami Marlins uniform.
And we have the very first one. It happened to be a walk-off home run. His first home run as a Marlin. Check this out.
And the pitcher not made the play. Into center. Ball deli. Going back. Still going back. Oh! Out of here. Welcome to the big leagues. 2-run walk-off homer for Cabrera. You can smile. That's okay. Just go to the deepest part of the park. Straightaway center field. The eyes and a game winner. Wow. Fastball.
And he beat the Yankees in that World Series, hit a couple of home runs against them. Who would have known that scrawny kid would have 500 home runs, and most of them as a Detroit Tiger?
He just obliterated that baseball, too. And that's one of the great things that you can do while watching us. You get to see these videos and not just listen to them. And that's what we're trying to do, give you some things to visually see as well.
That was that good old Joe Robbie Stadium, by the way, back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And isn't Rocco Baldelli like the manager?
He's the manager of the Twins. For now. He was manager of the year last year. he'll probably get fired this year. That's how baseball works.
What have you done for me
Exactly.
lately? Isn't that how it is? Speaking of what have you done for me lately, not much in the way of the Lions. They haven't done much lately for anybody. And I'm not sure, I don't like to go crazy on preseason, but I'm not sure this is really the start we'd like to see. But we're gonna talk to Justin Rogers, Lions beat writer from the Detroit News, in just a little bit. But we are going to take a break real quick. Come right back. We'll get into some Lions and Steelers talk. But yeah, to put a bow on Miguel Cabrera, it is done. 500 is in the books, and now it's on to the rest of the season. 36 games
Congrats,
to go
Miggy.
to see if they can get to the 500 mark. 6 games back. Yeah. Can you believe that?
He got the ball.
After all the talk about which fan was going to catch the ball, he hits it into the Tigers' bullpen.
Just like Henry Aaron, when Tom House got it in that bullpen and brought it out.
So they give it right back. My goodness. All right, guys, we'll take a break. Lions, Steelers next.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
All right, here we go. Woodward Sports Network, Armani and Edwards. Braylon Edwards off today. He is being honored by the Detroit chapter of the NFL alumni.
We miss you, Bray.
We will talk to him coming up at 3 o'clock. Braylon being honored for all the work he has done and currently still does in the community. He's just, he's great. We love having him here at Woodward Sports, and we both are honored to be on a show.
And he is a mega sports fan. That's what I love the most about this guy. This guy knows just as much as any sports fan from any different sport you throw at him, especially wrestling.
Yeah, that was. We were.
You guys were geeking out.
We were texting each other on Saturday night about SummerSlam. Oh man, I was like, Bray, I gotta go to bed, man. He's like,
he'll keep you on.
He's like, I was waiting to get to Cena, but the summer of Cena, but I couldn't. I had to retire, if you will. Guys, let's get into some Lions and Steelers. The Lions lose 26-20. Game wasn't as close as the score indicated. Justin Rogers from the Detroit News, Lions beat writer, joins us now. On the V-Mix, look at that. We got it, baby. Yeah, Justin.
What's happening, man?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
We got you.
We see you.
All right.
We hear you.
You look good, man.
The technology is working.
It is. It's working, man. Hey, fill us in. What happened? 20-0 in the beginning of this game. It was ugly in the beginning of this game. And then, of course, the reserves came in to save the day at the end.
I thought I was calling to talk to Braylon about CM Punk. I guess not.
We can do that tomorrow.
You missed D-Mac about an hour ago. He would have loved it.
Yeah. So, listen, I don't want to make excuses for the Lions. You know that they've got enough people making excuses for them. But this is a game that kind of merits excuses. They approach the game entirely different than the Steelers did. The Steelers come out, they play their starters. The Lions have so many starters on the bench. I mean, you really can't even count them on two hands at that point. So looking at the second-string Lions, which the first-string Lions probably aren't going to be that good, now you get the second-string Lions against a playoff-caliber team in the Steelers. And what happened was what you'd expect to happen. You know, they kind of got run over on both offense and defense.
Justin, one of the issues, and I couldn't agree more with you about not overreacting to this game, to either of these games. They're not showing anything, whatever the case may be. But there is something that is giving me a little bit of concern, and I'm not even going to go to Jelani Tavai yet. Jeff Okudah, to me, you know, he got burned on that 43-yard gain, whether it was a miscommunication or a physical error or a mental error, whatever the case may be. He has not looked good. I don't know how he looks in practice. I don't know what's going on with him. And look, I don't want to make excuses for the guy, but he's the number 3 overall pick in the draft a year ago, and you just don't see it. Is there Should we be concerned is the question that I have for you.
Good question.
Yeah, no, I think it's premature to be concerned. And listen, you say you can't see him on practice. I'll tell you right now, the difference between Jeff Okudah year 1 on practice and year 2 in practice is night and day. This is a guy that looks comfortable, confident. He's assuming like a natural leadership position. Thought he looked pretty good in week 1 of the preseason. And then, you have that long bomb that he gives up, and that is concerning. There's no other way around it. That was a big problem for him last year was the long speed. And so we had a chance to talk to Aubrey Pleasant today, the defensive backs coach, and that came up, and he said what happened there was Jeff basically got a little greedy. He saw something, he tried to drive down on the route, maybe looking for an interception, and he got beat deep because of it. Probably should have some help on that backside with the safety that didn't come there. That's also a problem. But the way Jeff responded in that game, I think, is also a telling sign. There was a run play near the goal line where he sealed the edge and drove down and pushed that play inside that led to a stop short of a touchdown. And then he also had a pass breakup in the end zone. So, I asked Pleasant, so many coaches, the worst thing a guy can do is give up big plays. And I said, how do you balance aggression versus giving up big plays? And he said, I don't want guys to be scared to take chances. He goes, I'm not as scared as a coach. I don't want these guys to be scared. And so he's not mad at Okudah for taking that chance and getting beat deep, but he wants him to take that opportunity to learn from it. I think Jeff's going to be fine. I really do. Will he ever live up to being the number 3 pick? That is a very, very tall order. But I think he's going to be a good cornerback in this league for a long time, and I think you're going to see in season 2 significant strides from the way he performed as a rookie.
And Justin, that's part of the problem too, and maybe some unnecessary or unrealistic expectations on any fan's part is not that he's a first-round pick. I mean, I think he was the highest defensive back selected since Sean Springs in '98 or something like that. So it's not like this
Correct.
happens every year. So it's like with that comes really, really high expectations. Where you get picked is significant.
And that's not fair to the guy, right? Like that's a criticism of the general manager, and that general manager doesn't have a job in part for decisions like that. But we did the same thing to Eric Ebron. He was treated like he was a top 10 pick that he was. But listen, if Eric Ebron was selected at the top of the 2nd round and he produces the same way, we're probably okay, he's decent. Yeah, the drops are still annoying, but the production is more in line with the value you expect of a selection at that point. TJ Hawkinson faces the same thing. Listen, TJ Hawkinson's already a Pro Bowler in his 2nd year. He's living up to expectations as his first-round draft pick, but to be the number 8th overall pick, you have to almost beat Travis Kelce or George Kittle, and Hawkinson's still, significantly away from that in terms of his production. He's still got a lot of room to grow. Maybe he'll get there, but we're holding him hostage to where he was drafted, and the player has no control over where a team selects him.
There's no doubt.
Justin Rogers, Detroit News, Lions beat writer, joining us. You can catch him on Twitter, Justin_Rogers. Let's stay out in the secondary. How about a guy that was, I think he was a 3rd-round pick, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 4th, Will Harris.
Yeah. I think that's another guy that, compared to Jelani Tavai, right? The expectations are high. You get drafted in the 3rd round as a safety. You get starting minutes or snaps as a rookie, and you really expect this natural progression of growth. And in year 3, it really should be fully clicking for Will Harris. And this coaching staff has been very supportive for him. They've built him up, I think, in a positive way. And I'm still not seeing it on the field. It's still not clicking on the field. It's really, really strange because physically all the gifts are there. You look at his combine metrics versus Tracy Walker's combine metrics, and Harris is better across the board. And listen, you go to Boston College, you're not dumb, right? That's a smart guy. He's an accountable guy. He's a hard worker. And it's kind of like Jared Davis when Jared Davis was here. All the tools, all the off-field stuff was there to be a football player that you want on your roster, and on the field it's just not clicking, And so we saw Harris. We talk about that deep ball that Okudah gave up. It was Harris that had been there to giving him support in the back end, or one of the touchdowns to the tight end. Jalen Reeves may have been bit on the pump fake, but not nearly, or the double move, but not nearly as much as Will Harris, who dove down, tried to get the interception, and allowed that tight end to turn that out route into an out and up for the easy touchdown. So You'd like to see better play there. I really think that he's going to start, and they're going to evaluate him through the course of the season on whether he's part of the long-term future here. But as of right now, this moment, second safety is a big spot of need for this roster going forward. And look at Tracy Walker as a free agent too. Like, they may completely revamp that safety room next year.
Talking to Justin Rogers, Detroit News Lions beat writer. Going to take a 30-second pause. Right back with Justin after this.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to The Bottom Line, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Armani, Tom Mazzaway in for our main man, Braylon Edwards today. Justin Rogers, Detroit News Lions beat writer, joining us. We just talked about Will Harris, a couple of the other guys, Jelani Tavai. You wrote a great article today. You were giving your thoughts on who you think would be the first team, second team, possibly sticking with the team, and guys that are on the bubble. You got to cut down to 80 tomorrow. What's your thoughts right now, JR?
I have invested a lot of time into looking what goes down to 85 to 80. Those are guys that are so far away from making the roster. They're probably not even going to be practice squad guys. You look at some spots where maybe they've got some extra depth and they can afford it. They've got 4 quarterbacks right now. Maybe a fourth one doesn't make it to that third preseason game. But, I'm not investing a whole lot of time into those moves that are going to happen tomorrow. It's going to be more what happens after that third preseason game and how do they get down to 53.
Hey, Justin, I want to go to the offensive side of the ball. We talk about last year's first-round pick. What about this year's first pick, Penei Sewell? Here's a guy that didn't play football last year. He moved positions. It's not going to happen overnight. And there looks to be like some growing pains as expected. What do you make of his camp so far?
Yeah, I think you absolutely nailed it in terms of growing pains, right? You think left tackle to right tackle is easy. In your head, it's easy. It's I just changed the guy in the Madden roster and he handles it just fine. But in reality, I've talked to different guys over the years, and the comparisons they frequently use is, it's like being a right-handed person, then suddenly asked to do your daily task, whether it's eating or writing or wiping your butt with your opposite hands, right? Like it's just something completely different. And so, he's naturally fighting through some of that. And the benefit now is that the preseason doesn't matter. So he gives up a sack in that first game. This week he gets Melvin Ingram, one of the better speed rushers in the NFL, guy with fresh legs who sat out there on the free agency market a little bit longer than I think maybe people expected. And Sewell struggled with that speed, and I think Dan Campbell secretly likes that. Like, he likes the fact that Sewell's taken these lumps early, because if you go back and you look at Taylor Decker, very first preseason game, also against the Steelers, lines up against James Harrison. And listen, Harrison was long in the tooth at that point, but still a pretty productive guy. And he just wrecked Decker on one of those first snaps in the first quarter, just blew by him, sack, forced a fumble on Stafford. And it's important for those guys to see it live, to see what a professional athlete looks like at their position, because there is going to be this acclimation period. So get it out of the system now. The book on Sewell is, look, this guy makes mistakes, but not only does he make them, he identifies the flaw and corrects them quickly. We're not privy to all that film work right now, but we'll see it in the regular season how quickly that he's able to adjust to the lumps he's taken right now.
Justin, do you like the way that Jared Goff's camp is going so far? Do you like the way that Dan Campbell has held him out of these games? Do you think he should play, in the next? It doesn't look like Jared Goff is going to play in any of these preseason games. Well, he didn't play against Pittsburgh. He won't play most likely against Indianapolis. Do you like that move? I mean, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't on the injury front, but it'll be a month by the time he played the first preseason game, the series or two, and the Niners.
I feel like your network in general likes the more positive approach, but I would be being disingenuous if I told you what I've seen from Jared Goff right now. Now, let me preface that by saying it's a new quarterback, new coaches, new offensive scheme, new wide receivers. Just like we were talking about Sewell, it doesn't happen overnight. There's a lot of chemistry to be built. But listen, Goff's practices have really not inspired a ton of confidence going forward. It's nothing I've seen on the practice field where I say, this is the guy for sure, not just this year, but going into the forward in the future. I really think it's wide open and maybe even likely to say that they draft a quarterback, and Goff looks more like a bridge guy at the moment than he does a long-term starter. In terms of the approach rate in preseason games, I don't like that either. I just don't. I look at the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Like, of all the guys in the world that don't need preseason reps, Ben Roethlisberger's out there playing three series against the Lions in their third preseason game. The Lions are holding Goff out despite all this newness, and really that newness showing on the practice field, showing in preseason one. I think he should be out there playing. The downside is his receivers have been hurt. Hawkinson's been hurt. They're trying to manage reps with Ragnow and Decker. So I don't know if you want to necessarily put him in a bad situation. A lot of this training camp, even though it's not been stated, has been about Jared Goff's mental and building up his confidence and putting him in situations where he'll succeed on the practice field, whether it's the defensive assignments they're putting against him or the situations they're putting him in to utilize his best skills. So maybe you don't want to put him in a situation where his confidence rattles more, but I think he could certainly use more reps, and that goes with most of the offense.
Totally agree with you.
Speaking of quarterbacks, JR, we saw the backups fight it out, if you want to call it that. Tim Boyle struggled mightily. David Blau came in the second half, looked a lot better. What's your take on those guys?
Yeah, listen, I mean, Blau has been the better performer in the two preseason games, but I think you have to take into account the competition level of the defenses he's playing, right? We talked about The Steelers played most of their starters. I know TJ Watt wasn't out there. I didn't really dig deep enough to know what other starters they were sitting, but they had most of their starting defense out there, and the Lions were missing Ragnow, Decker, Tyrell Williams, DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams, TJ Hawkinson, like basically the entire offense. And you throw the backup out there and you say, go beat the Steelers. I can't say I'm surprised at the results as they were. Listen, Boyle wasn't perfect. He had some throws that he misfired on. Blau came in with his opportunity. You can only knock down the pin set up in front of you, and he did better. Listen, he made some throws where he put him in dangerous spots and got away with it as well, but the final stat line, night and day difference. At this point, I think from what I've seen on the practice field, I think Boyle is the better quarterback. I think he has the better skill set. He certainly has the better arm. Probably the strongest arm of all the quarterbacks on the roster. He's got some mobility, probably the most mobility of all the quarterbacks on the roster. So I think that's going to be enough to help him keep that backup job. But I'd also lean right now that the Lions probably keep three. I think Blau's done enough. He is very, very well liked in the building. He's a smart guy that I think can help in the room in terms of film study and prep, and that's an important part of the quarterback position. And if you try to expose him to the waivers and you let another team or all 31 teams have a shot at him, I kind of think he would get claimed.
Hey, a couple of guys that are probably on the bubble. The guy they signed 2 weeks ago, Craig Reynolds, comes in. He's got 2 touchdowns. The kid, he's a hustler. I love Tom Kennedy. I've liked this guy from the get-go. On this wide receiver roster, can he make this team? And should he make this team?
Yeah, let's start with the running backs, right? We got 3 locks probably. You got Swift, Williams, and the rookie Jamar Jefferson. Mm-hmm. Fullbacks, obviously, Cabinda's in that spot too. So maybe that's enough, but maybe you want a fourth. And I have a hard time believing they're ready to go with Reynolds at that spot, just based on his usage in these first 2 preseason games. But man, what a performance for a guy that just gets dropped into the mix the day before the game. That 24-yard touchdown run that first week was incredible. He comes back. I'm going off the top of my head, but I think it was 6 carries, 25 or 29 yards, another touchdown, another nice touchdown run. So, and look at, they put him on some kickoffs. Like they're trying to tease out some other versatility elements out of him. he's had a really exciting week here. I think he'll get some more playing time in week 3. And, I don't think practice squad's a bad spot. Running backs are a dime a dozen. That's just unfortunately the way it's developed in this league. I think you can get by with exposing him to waivers, and that's a great guy to have in the practice squad if Williams or Jefferson were to get banged up. As a guy you could call up and clearly you can trust to do a little bit. And in the wide receiver room, listen, I talked about the quarterback play and it maybe not being ideal. The wide receivers, we've talked about it a ton all offseason. This is not an exciting group. It's not. Rashad Perriman was a guy that, kind of penciled in as starter after the draft and free agency and said, okay, well, he's been hurt. And when he's been on the field, he hasn't been good.
Just a couple of good games. A couple of good games in Tampa. That was it.
Yeah. He's got crazy speed, and speed and size are things in the NFL. You'll keep getting chances, but durability has been a problem for him, and he has struggled to stay on the field during this training camp. And so, I think that's kind of put him on the roster bubble despite some guaranteed money attached to that deal. Amon-Ra St. Brown is developing nicely. Looks like a solid slot receiver. I keep comparing his game to maybe late career Anquan Bolden. He's not going to be a big yak guy. He's going to be a chain mover that's kind of one of the more physical types of slot receivers, right? He's going to bully you a little bit, and he can block for you. At the bottom of the roster, Kennedy's a really interesting name. Listen, he has led the Lions in receiving the first 2 preseason games. The problem is he doesn't play outside. He's probably the number 3 slot guy behind St. Brown and Khalif Raymond, and he's probably the number 2 return guy behind Khalif Raymond. So I really want to see Kennedy do something else on this 3rd preseason game, which Campbell said he's going to try to do, find somewhere else he could contribute to justify it, because, yes, he's having a great preseason. Sure, he's doing it against third-string defense, but he's merited a longer look, but he's got to prove he can do something else other than being a third-string slot receiver.
Justin Rogers. Go ahead, brother.
It's good.
I was going to ask him about Jack Fox.
Don't get too excited, guys.
I was excited. I was ready to talk about the kicking game.
Well, save the kicking game for the next time. Give the guy a break on some kicking game. Justin, I want to ask you a big picture question about the Lions. Guys like me, I love Dan Campbell. I love the way he talks. I love the way he approaches everything. I love Brad Holmes. I feel like this is a lot. You've done this a million times. I've done this a million times. We've seen head coach after head coach, general manager after general manager. This one does feel different to me. You can tell me I'm crazy or not, but it does feel a little bit different to me. But when I see them play on the field, and granted, I'm not going to lose my mind over preseason games when there's 10, 11 starters not playing. But it does look very similar. Give Lions fans, if there's something that you can pull out of what you're watching every day at practice, is there any reason why the Lions fans should believe that this is any different than any one of the 16 times we've seen this over the past 60 years?
Well, I haven't been around for all 60, thankfully. I believe Maz almost has. I heard 59 earlier. So
yeah, right.
Exactly.
He's been around.
And a half.
So, listen, it's way too early for me to have much of an evaluation on Holmes, right? One draft class, one free agency period where most of the free agency signed were stopgaps. Those are all mostly one-year guys, right? And I go back to Bob Quinn, right? Like, what was the little cute phrase all the Lions fans were using? In Quinn we trust, right?
That's right.
Like they were all ready to jump on the bandwagon after a little taste of success. So, we're going to have to wait and see with Holmes in his roster building. I think there is a good chance the Lions haven't hit bottom yet. They're tearing this thing down to the studs. It's going to be, listen, bottom relatively speaking with the current roster. Obviously, the 0-16 was the bottom, but they're taking that roster that went 9-7 back-to-back years and kind of was a fringe playoff contender, and they're going all the way to probably the bottom this year. It's just the reality of the talent they have, the changes they're making. But that's what a rebuild is. And I said for years, this team isn't officially committed to a rebuild until they move on from Matthew Stafford. And here we are. In terms of reasons for optimism, I would say that the culture of positivity is a unique one. And you're always looking for the opposite of the last coach you had, right? And so typically you see defensive coaches get fired and offensive coaches get hired, or the reverse that. And the Lions went opposite of what they had from a cultural perspective. They went from a bully, a drill sergeant, a guy that kind of had a toxic culture throughout the building, to Campbell, who is the guy that is upbeat, is likable, not just through the roster, but through the entire building, with the way he treats human beings, from the janitors and the cooks in the building to the 53rd guy on the roster to his star player. He is the same consistent guy. The guy you see at the press conferences making these crazy quotes is just who he is. And that genuineness and that passion is going to resonate for players. Players are going to want to play hard for this guy. And I think when it gets down to free agency, word of mouth around the league, through player agents, through players just talking to each other, will get around, and guys will want to play for Dan Campbell. I genuinely believe that. Does he have the X's and O's acumen? I don't know. He's a position coach, right? You know, that's what he was before this. He's been an assistant head coach, but what he has is the recognition of he's not afraid to hire talented guys and put them around him, guys that will challenge him in his decision-making, guys that fill his gaps of knowledge. And I think that is a sign of a great, great leader. And so, listen, I've really enjoyed covering Dan Campbell from the time he's been here. He's humble, he's thoughtful and honest with his questions, he's colorful. Like, these are all things you want as a journalist, right? If I ask a question, just give me a straight answer. Don't give me cliches. Don't talk around it. And every single day, I get straight answers to my questions. And sometimes I don't even know how to react. Like, it's just so weird after Patricia and Caldwell and even Schwartz, you know, who
we've been abused.
Would always, yeah. It really, it's like I'm coming out of an abusive relationship in some ways.
Justin, so what you're saying is 3 wins this year?
I don't think that is out of the question. I really don't. And I don't want to be like, I don't want to crap on what they're trying to build, but I do. I think they're going to hit the bottom. I think the offense is going to be one of the worst in the league. Yeah. The defense will probably show some improvement. I really think that. But I think the future is in those 2022 and 2023 drafts where they've got 4 first-round picks. That's where you can see the turnaround from the on-field talent standpoint. I think culturally you're going to see a turnaround right away. Guys are going to have fun. Guys are going to like playing here, and that matters.
Here comes Spencer Rattler.
There you go. I know a guy who that would make very happy.
I know.
Justin, thanks so much. We appreciate the time. Follow him on Twitter, Justin_Rogers, Detroit News Lions beat writer. Justin, we look forward to our next time we get to chat with you.
You can talk about the kickers.
Yeah, then maybe Maz can ask you about Jake Fox next time.
And the place kicker.
We'll get more Spencer Rattler questions in for Chad and more Jack Fox questions in for Tom.
All right, JR. Thanks, man.
Thanks. All right. Thanks so much. So there you have it, guys.
That was awesome.
That was great.
I love talking Lions.
And you know, great thing. Just very candid. You know, I mean, look, the Lions are in for some. What did Mr. T say? Prediction? Pain. We'll be back. There was a video over the weekend that our guy Easy secured. And we have Easy in studio with us right now. You have got to see this video. It is. I watched it literally 50 times.
And don't forget our runaway horse.
I watched this video 50 times. Easy is going to break this video down for us. We'll do that next. This is Armani and Edwards, the bottom line. And we'll talk to Braylon coming up top of the hour as well. Woodward Sports Network.
Do you know why realtors love using Hall Financial as a lender? Because of our commitment to speed and service. We have nearly 4,000 5-star reviews already. Call today, 248-308-5000, or go to callhallfirst.com.
Northwestern Tech. Start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu.
I got a situation over here. Fucking mad. So
the blood is rushing to his feet.
So here's the deal. Maz buys these chairs.
I didn't buy them.
Maz buys these chairs.
Look, I understand, like, you may or may not have bought them. I'm just told by, like, 50 different people across the network that you bought them.
Fine.
Maz buys these chairs, okay? The footrest on the chair. We've got 4 chairs in here. 3 of the 4 chairs that Maz bought, this guy, the footrests don't work. They're broken. And I don't know, like, I'm 5'10", okay? I'm not some, like, 6'7" guy or something like that. I sit on the chair, and my legs dangle from the chair. We're high up here a little bit, right? I need the footrest. The footrest is broken.
Which they were probably broken day one.
Blood like crazy running down my legs. Who has the one chair in this building right now with a working footrest?
Hey, I just know how to work the footrest, man. You don't know how to work your footrest.
Is yours not working, Maz?
Mine's working.
No, his is working just fine. His footrest is working just fine over here.
You got the table. You got your feet up on the table.
I'm sitting crisscross applesauce on this table right now because you buy chairs that do not work.
Fine. I'm sorry.
Let's bring it easy.
You really think I bought those chairs?
You bought them.
Didn't we have a whole court and you were guilty?
No, we weren't guilty. It was a fix. Don't you remember?
The fix was
Art
in.
signed my name.
Okay.
Do you remember?
Tim Donahue or whatever.
Donahue.
Phil Donahue. Phil, is
Remember
that
him?
you?
Remember him?
That's fantastic. Just fantastic. Let me bring in Easy now. You can follow him. Easy, what's your Twitter? Easy.
Speakeasy Sports _.
Speakeasy Sports. So Easy, give us a. Let's do this.
Well, it was the Dream Cruise.
It was the Dream Cruise weekend.
Yeah.
So we have a thing here at Woodward Sports. We like because Dan Campbell said, Woodward Sports, let's go. Woodward Sports, let's go. Woodward Sports, let's go. Just kind of gets you into it a little bit, right? We want people into it. So Easy.
That's our catchphrase.
You're out at the Dream Cruise, and explain to me kind of what goes on behind the scenes here.
So we were actually at the Cordial Shop in Taylor, Joey and I, doing an event for a sponsor of ours, and 35 years in operation as a business, so they're celebrating. Joey and I were out there. We're giving out shots of 8 Mile vodka and passing out free T-shirts, and of course, like you said, we have our catchphrase: Woodward Sports, let's go. So anybody who's grabbing a T-shirt or a shot, we ask, hey, you mind shouting out, Woodward Sports, let's go, so we could post on the social media and whatnot. And then there's a gentleman there. I think he said he was your stepbrother, Maz. I'm not quite sure.
He was not. Don't even put him in my area. That wasn't very nice.
Easy. We gotta have him on the show more. You just booked a weekly spot for yourself here on the program, Easy. Weekly spot.
He just couldn't get right, man. I believe we have the clip too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys want to run it.
Let's play it. Here it is.
And we win. Right Wing Sports, let's go. And we win. Right Wing Sports, let's go. And we win. Right Wing Sports, let's go.
I watched it 100 times.
Right Wing Sports?
I watched it 100 times.
What's he saying?
I watched it 100 times. I think he's saying rightwingsports.com. Our Right Wing Sports.
How many shots did he have prior to this?
That was the crazy part. People were trying to pile up the shots, and it's free. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be responsible for anyone. Especially that guy going home.
Dude, are you related? Is that your brother?
Come on, man.
It's the stepbrother.
That's nice.
It's like what's the movie? Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito, the twins.
Yeah. Dude, is he saying rightwingsports.com?
Let's hear him again.
And we win. Right Wing Sports, let's go. And we win.
Tell me when.
Right Wing Sports, let's go.
Right Wing Sports, let's go.
Yeah, that's
the
bad,
greatest thing I've ever heard.
Right wing is like a whole situation. I'm not trying to be affiliated with.
Or it could be a hockey term.
That's why I heard
thought it was Red Wings.
Yeah, I heard maybe Red Wing.
I have deciphered it. The first 50 times I heard Red Wings Sports, let's go.
What's our YouTube people telling us? What do you think Easy's cousin said? Do you think he said Right Wing Sports, let's go. What's your take on that?
I think he says right wing. Initially, I thought it was Red Wing Sports, let's go.
I can confirm, too. He only had one shot at that point, too.
It definitely was not Woodward
Did
Sports,
you get his
let's
name?
go.
Something Mazzaway. I couldn't get all of it.
That is so great.
One shot, 15 takes. We couldn't get it right.
That is so great. Well, if you guys see Easy out on the street, they're working hard for us. Look out. Make sure you get the old Woodward Sports.
They're all
let's
saying
go.
it's Maz's cousin, it's his brother. Come on. Come on, guys.
So Adam writes, I heard Red Wing Sports, let's go. I heard Red Wing Sports, let's go, too. That's what I thought it was the first 50 times.
Did you hear him on there? He's like, all right, tell me when to go. He's done. Obviously, he's done this in the past.
They're all trying to figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Jenna writes, Right Wing Sports, let's go. That is so great. Easy, we appreciate it, man. Come back with it. Anytime you got any more videos, just you know where to find us.
Deal.
We're going to book you for a weekly segment.
All right,
that's fantastic.
Not if you keep finding my people on the streets.
That's great. We're going to take a break. We're going to get Braylon on the line when we come back.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
That was great, wasn't it?
And we're back.
And we're back. We are live here right now on Woodward Sports Network. Armani and Edwards, Ryan Armani, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazzaway alongside in for Braylon today. Braylon is at the 42nd Annual NFL Alumni Charity Detroit Chapter Golf Classic at Pine Lake Country Club. He is Braylon Edwards, this year's winner of the Chapter Alumnus of the Year Award, and that honor goes to I had my water on the table there. I don't like that. Sorry about that. That honor goes to the alumnus who really is out there in the community giving back, and Braylon has done that. He is our guy. We are honored to sit next to that guy every day, Maz, and he's going to be joining us momentarily.
He will. Until he comes on, I've got another kind of video to show you. This happened over the weekend in Kentucky at a racetrack. You know, I'm a big horse race fan. This is the number 4 horse at this track, and I will tell you the name of the track. It is Ellis Park in Kentucky. The horse's name is Bold and Bossy. She's a 2-year-old filly, which is a female horse. As they were trying to load her into the gate to run in her race, she decided against that. She bucked the rider off of the stable, off of her, what do you call that thing? The saddle.
The saddle.
And she took off. Usually a horse will stay on the track and run around till they catch her. This horse took off on the highway. Check this escape out.
That's incredible.
Look at this.
So there's this horse just burrowing down the freeway.
Look, she has her saddle cloth on, still number 4. She's got her blinkers on. She is running a race against these cars.
What happens now? How does this horse get corralled?
They went out after her. The owner and a couple of other people went out after her. Some good, happy... Look at that one.
Wow.
A couple of bystanders corralled her as well. Let's show the after now. This is after they caught up to her. They caught her. And you can see her hind leg's got a little blood on the bandage. She banged her leg a little. She's fine. She lost 2 shoes. So she's a little roughed up. She'll bounce back, and it's a happy ending to the story. But that's the first time I saw a horse escape like that out onto the main road.
You love those ponies, though.
I do. I love the ponies, man. They broke my heart when they took Hazel Park Raceway away. They broke my heart. First DRC, Detroit Race Course in Livonia, and then this. I grew up there, man. That's a Jersey, New York thing.
I know it.
It's an East Coast thing, and the tracks are disappearing. Northville Downs is the only one left in Michigan, and they haven't been racing for a month. They took the summer off, the late part of the summer off. I don't know why, but they did, and that'll open again coming up here in September. But I just figured I want to show you guys that, just to Little something, something.
I love it there, and good that the pony is okay. Hey, we have Braylon here. All right, let's bring him in. The better half of the Armani and Edwards show. There he is. Woo-hoo! There he is.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Yeah, baby.
Yo, I miss you guys.
I
miss you guys.
Not as much as I miss you.
Am I good?
You're good.
You look great, man.
You're all buttoned up. You're even buttoned up. You're even buttoned up on the course. Loosen that button up.
So two things. One, Miggy! I'm trying to find it right there. It is. So we got Miguel Cabrera, man. Good job in calling that out, man, and getting Dan, showing the right way you're supposed to call it. The surround didn't do it any type of justice. But I miss you guys, man. I'm hitting bombs. They won't let me play. They set me here on hole 15, and I'm just kind of giving someone an extra shot drive.
Braylon, that's so awesome, and you're being honored. 42nd annual NFL alumni Detroit chapter golf outing today. You're being honored for all the great work that you do, how you conduct yourself, and we love having you. I'm so happy for you. You deserve this honor, man. You got a lot of great things happening for you, and it's just great. What's going on out there on the course? Talk to me about the hotness of it.
Well, it is picking up in steam right now, but it's a lot of great people came out to golf. I got a team waiting for me right now to tee off. We're having a great time, man. I appreciate it. At the end of the day, philanthropy and like being in the community and helping those that's fortunate / mental health is what I work in now, and addiction awareness. It's just a great time, man. It's a great time to help. It's a great time to get on and really, advocate behind these things because they need steam, they need momentum. It's fun right now, man. We're out here, and you got a team. I'll share some. Go ahead. What's your name? You're live right now, man. This is on the Woodward Sports.
All right. Legal excavation. Here to help out.
See? Go ahead, right here.
Hey, we're raising money for inner city flip tips today.
There we go. We got the guys
right.
big bombs, man. So I'm out here. I'm not just taking the day off because I would rather be in the studio with you guys. Although it might be hotter in there than it is here. I'm excited, man. Miss you guys, man. Talk to me.
Hey, Bray, what'd you think of the Lions on Saturday? What was your take on them?
I like the way they finished the game. Like, you can take a lot of that in terms of what Dan Campbell wants to do and let you know that it's never over. Everybody's always being, what's the word I'm looking for? Review. They're always looking scouted, and, they're taking notes on people. And, it went from a butt whooping to 2026, man. It says a lot about just the way in which the Lions are going. Like, you can easily take a booty whooping at the end of that preseason game and dial it in, but you chose to keep going and bring it back, and it went from 26-3 to 26-20. So, 26, yeah, I think so. 0 to, yeah, you get it. So I'm flustered a little bit. I'm not at work right now, so there are other things going on.
Braylon, you're doing great. I gotta bring one thing up for the people out there, but we gotta let them know you were hacked. You were hacked on Twitter, on everything.
What happened?
What happened?
Hold on, somebody's shooting right now.
Oh, we gotta be quiet.
Gotta adjust the ball, swing it.
Oh,
it's in the hole.
So
you the man.
You know what? Let me. Hey, you want me to shoot one live on camera?
Yes.
All right, hold on. Throw me a ball.
Yes.
I got a ball.
So this is why
I got hacked. I got hacked on Instagram, Twitter, Gmail. Somebody started a scam and said I was. Oh, wait a minute. Thank you so much.
I did that once. It happened to me too.
All right, I got to turn the screen around.
Yep.
I can't see it.
So this is one of the great things about watching on YouTube or Twitter as opposed to listening. But we do. So here's Braylon.
Can you guys see me?
We got you, Braylon.
Yep, we got him.
Braylon Edwards.
On the tee from Michigan, Braylon Edwards.
Is he on 15 right now?
Braylon Edwards addressing the ball at the
that was a good one, Fish, by the
golf outing, honoring him for his philanthropy work in the community. Braylon Edwards. And there it is. Ooh.
That might be another fairway in regulation.
Ooh-wee. Braylon, baby.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Man. Being hacked isn't fun. It's they try, and it's funny. It was like hacked and extorted. Like, we'll post all this other stuff. And it's like, man, what do I have?
That happened to me one time. That happened to me one time. It's not fun. It's just a pain in the butt to get everything back. But Braylon, I was going to say,
Instagram makes things so hard. Like Instagram, Twitter, they make it very exceptional to get back into your account and to prove that you got hacked. And you're like, so none of my numbers, none of my actual real email address, none of that matters. No, it doesn't. So it's very scary.
Hey, Bray, we haven't done Man Chill Out yet, so go ahead.
How about WWE for bringing Goldberg back?
So Ryan knows I love wrestling, as you guys know now, the Woodward Sports Network. I miss you guys, man. I miss the fans and the comments. They chose to bring Goldberg back. Bill, who's 54 now, and they tried to sell the story with his son and try to bring you back into Goldberg the 97, 98 days in WCW, and it just didn't happen. And he looked old, and he got a concussion, and the fans started booing and cheering. So the creative in WWE, when you're trying to bring these legends back, let them live their legacies out. The legacies are over. Let them have those legacies. You're taking away from our childhood what I remember of Goldberg walking out with security guards and sheriffs and cops back in Atlanta in 98, 97. So to WWE and Vince and Paul Heyman, who has a big hand in the creative, man, chill out.
Man, chill out. I love it. Braylon, go have some fun today. Being honored at the 42nd annual NFL Alumni Charity Golf Classic, the Alumnus of the Year.
Woohoo!
Yeah, baby. That's our guy, Braylon Edwards. We'll see you in studio with us tomorrow, Braylon. Have some fun out there.
I'm bringing fans tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
See you, buddy.
See you, buddy. Have a great time. Is that great? Speaking of man, chill out.
We gotta do it.
That was great. I think we're gonna do ours next.
We are.
All right. I've got a good one too. Do you have a good one?
Yeah.
All right, man, chill out next.
Would you like to win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time?
Then watch as we turn this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
Watch the Call Sam Chopper Shop on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Hey guys, it's our good friends, MyBookie, our studio sponsors. Of course, first-time players to MyBookie, you can start by doubling your first deposit. Gives you the power to add excitement to the game you love. College football boost odds, the NFL lock of the season, and over $500,000 in contest prizes await you at mybookie.ag. An historic 18-week NFL season, and you're already doing it, man. You know everyone's on it, so get to MyBookie. That's how you do it. And if you want to do it right, use the promo code Woodward. They'll match that first deposit dollar for dollar up to $1,000 just for signing up and using that promo code Woodward. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with mybookie.ag.
10,000 subscribers on YouTube, 10,000 likes on Twitter. We cannot thank you guys enough for your support here at Woodward Sports Network. It is because of you that we are all sitting here right now. We're trying to provide you a different option, a newer option, a little bit fresh, and here we sit. Fish, your hand is raised.
I don't think you guys realize this Saturday, college football.
That's right.
First big game is Illinois and Nebraska.
I love it. How's a Big Ten game starting the season?
There's a couple of them underway.
Yeah, there's
this
other
year.
teams, but the biggest one. I'll watch all of them, but you guys probably won't care about.
You're absolutely
that
right.
one.
And of course,
coming, man.
Yeah, Michigan starts not this Saturday, but the next.
Correct.
Against Western Michigan.
That's the 4th, right? September
4th.
Western always gives them a little bit of a heartache. Until, they usually pull away.
There's a lot of people.
Who knows if they pull away anymore?
A lot of people giving Michigan a run for their money lately, right?
I still have that Army game in my head.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. So this is the segment, one of the best segments, in my opinion, on television, radio, podcasts. It is called Man Chill Out. And what it is something that happens, something that goes on, somebody says something, somebody does something, and you just want to tell that person, man, chill out. So, Mavs.
Want me to lead?
Yeah, Braylon led.
Right.
Braylon led. His chill out was to the WWE for their constant push of the older crowd.
I'll be the 2-hole.
Bill Goldberg, 54 years old, bringing him back. Man, chill out on that.
Hey, man. Don't be hating on the seniors.
No, I'm just saying those young guys, man, give them a chance.
All right, here's my man chill out. The Steelers-Lions game, not because of the football game, but because of the action in the stands. And I will bring you back to Saturday night. Let's show this video from these idiot fans.
Shut up! Shut up!
Right there. Oh, right there.
Oh, is that guy good night?
Yeah, he's out. He is out.
I don't think I noticed that.
Yeah, he was out. He was out. She started, this woman, I'll call her Karen. What a big mouth, drunk, embarrassment. Humans are embarrassing. That woman in that guy's face slaps him. What does she expect him to do? Just stay there while that trash slaps him?
There's never any reason to throw a punch.
No. You're watching a football game.
Now look, do not misunderstand. She cannot put her hands on anybody.
She's a jerk.
She started. What is it? Seriously, what is this with women though?
Yeah.
Women
like her, not women.
Her.
Yeah.
Then the fight at the Rams game the other night,
the
one that threw the beer,
of course.
threw the soda, threw the beer on the guy. That started a fight. This starts a fight.
You think this guy, her boyfriend, the scrawny guy, wants to fight? You think he wants to fight?
He didn't want any of that.
He didn't want any of it. He got knocked out. And then when he was trying to get up, she pushed him down and said, "You stay down." She emasculated the hell out of the guy. This woman, chill out. Stay home, B.
I got nothing there. You just look. You cannot throw a punch in that situation if you're that guy. In my opinion, everybody's got it on video there. Just leave it be.
I heard Terry.
Her comeuppance she will get her comeuppance with the law.
I hope. I heard Terry and Darren earlier today. They were discussing.
What did they say about it?
Well, Terry was like, you have to. Unfortunately, you got to go defend your woman. The guy hit her, but she really deserved it. But Terry and Darren both said that's the last date they have with that woman. She's done.
You never deserve it. Let's be clear on that. There's no excuse for any of that. She should not have hit him, but
of course not.
But regardless, he cannot retaliate in that instance. He cannot retaliate at all in that instance. Not even close.
All right, you do yours now.
All right, Fish, do you have something to say there? Do you want to get in on that?
Yeah, there was a fight over the weekend in France between soccer players. It was basically Malice of the Palace, but soccer.
In the stands?
Yeah.
Really? What's going on there?
Well, okay, the stands got brought to the players.
Oh, that's a lot. I missed that. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, you do. And the league website got hacked.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of hacking going on around here.
That'll be the same guy that got Braylon.
Okay, so Cam Newton will have to stay away from the New England Patriots facility until Thursday due to a misunderstanding on COVID tests conducted away from NFL facilities. Here's the deal. By the way, the guy is in a quarterback competition with the first-round pick, Mac Jones. So Cam had to leave the New England region where he traveled to a Patriots-approved medical appointment. That was on Saturday. He took daily tests, all of which came back negative. But he didn't realize, and neither did the Patriots realize, essentially, that once you leave the facility, once you leave the region, and once you get tested for COVID outside of your NFL facility, According to the NFL and the NFLPA, thanks Players Association, by the way.
Another beauty.
Their protocols, you are then subject to a 5-day entry cadence process. Takes 5 days to get back in the building.
Unreal.
Because you left and got COVID tests outside of the
heck's the difference?
NFL facility. Now, Cam Newton did decline comment earlier this year when he was asked if he received the COVID-19 vaccine. He was asked earlier in training camp if he received the vaccine. Did not answer that. Said that's a private matter.
Which means he didn't get it.
These protocols are too much. If you are negative, you're negative.
Mm-hmm.
If you're positive, do what you got to do. But these protocols, all of them, are way too much. So I say to you, NFL and NFL Players Association, who make these protocols, man, chill out.
Amen.
It's too much. It's too much. You're negative or you're positive. If you're negative and you're negative every day, don't tell me you can't show up at the facility.
Yep. Now I think he had COVID already.
Whatever the case may be, I don't even want to get into that.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is the protocols.
You don't have to yell at me.
If you are negative, you are negative. Come back to work. I want to see you. Compete for the job. It's all ridiculous now.
I'm sure Bill Belichick will have something to say. Robert Kraft will have something to say as well.
But what are you supposed to do? You know, I suppose he could have canceled that appointment, whatever it was for.
But they didn't know, obviously.
Nobody knew. It was a misunderstanding.
Yeah.
You know,
he wanted to go to his own doctor. I don't blame him.
He didn't say, don't test me. He's taking tests every day. He's got a negative test every day, can't come to work.
I bet you Tyrod Taylor last year would have rather have gone to his own doctor.
He got lung got punctured.
Lung punctured.
But nonetheless, I mean, seriously, like, at what point are you okay to go back to work?
He's fine.
After your 20th negative test? Or is it okay to have 15 negative tests?
Why can't he just go back today and they retest him? If he's negative again, you could play.
You're making too much sense,
I know.
man.
It's the NFLPA.
Don't make too much sense.
And we haven't really heard anything about Cole Beasley and that faction of the NFL players yet.
But again, I don't even. That's not even. I don't want to say that's not important to me. Like I don't even care about that aspect of it. I'm just in this specific case. I'm just talking about the protocols. Some of these protocols. Oh, you were exposed, or this or that. You were around this guy, or you're around that guy, or I took a test 5 days. Like, at what point are you okay? Because he went to another doctor's office? I don't know, man. It's all becoming a little bit too much. It's all either you're negative and you come to work, or you're positive and you don't go to work.
That's it. That's the way it should be.
That's the bottom line.
That is the bottom line.
That might be. Oh. You might hear this again. That's the bottom line. Speaking of the Patriots, they did something really, really cool. A lot of great things happening in the NFL. A lot of people rallying around the world. I want to tell you about what Bob Kraft did, Patriots owner. He should know the rules, or Bill Belichick should know the rules more. But
by the way, before we go to a break, happy belated birthday to our very own Sam Fisher.
Fish,
alias Fish.
It's when was your birthday?
Over the weekend.
Saturday or Sunday?
It was Saturday.
Congrats, brother.
Well, God bless you. Happy birthday. What'd you do?
We had family over. We had pizza, Five Guys, buddies, and
you had pizza and Five Guys?
Wow, that's a party.
Well, we had Five Guys and wings for lunch.
That's a party.
And then we had pizza for dinner.
Good for you.
I
was available too.
Dude.
Damn it, I would love to have come over to the Fisher house.
Who knew? Fisher, my kind of guy. All I want to do is order carryout and delivery on Saturday and Sunday. It's the only thing I want to do in my life is sit there at the house.
It's so nice.
And order 3 times.
I'd love that.
That's all I want to do.
Because why? What are we watching? Well,
football,
watch college
anything.
football.
That's
Baseball
all I
coming
want
down
to
the
do.
stretch.
All I want to do with my life is order food and sit on the couch.
It's a good thing.
That's the only thing I want to do. You got Five Guys and pizza?
That's a daily
Can
double.
I ask what kind of pizza?
We had Buddies.
Stop.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. I went to Louis on Saturday night. I took Slippery Pete Spivak because he's never had Louis. You ever go to Louis?
Son of USL? Oh.
Huh?
And not in Hazel Park. There's
Yeah.
a couple of different Louis.
No, the Louis from the 1960s.
Oh, no, I never
He was
been
the
there.
partner of Buddies.
Stop
He
it.
broke away and made his own place. You've never heard of Louis Pizza?
Well, you probably went to their grand opening, right, in 1960.
No, I wasn't here yet, Fish. I was in Jersey.
Fish,
still.
awesome, man. Can I, dude, that is awesome. I was going to ask how old you were, but it doesn't matter. We love you nonetheless. And you're doing a great job today, by the way.
Thank you, sir. I just try to do good.
You're
Dude,
DJing, man. You're spinning
You
the
are doing a
tunes.
great job today, Fish. I want to tell you that on the air. And in the meantime, we're going to tell you who else is doing a great job. That is the Patriots owner. We'll tell you what he did that deserves that kind of praise. We'll do that next. This is Armani and Edwards. Braylon being honored today at the Detroit Chapter NFL Alumni Golf Outing, their Alumnus of the Year. He'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, we will be back after this quick break.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Sorry.
Hey, it's Maz as Ryan's blood rushes to his feet. I'm here to tell you about you should be insured.
Dude, I need it.
Legacy Partners Insurance. That's what you should be calling, because if you want the best deal and the best rates, you want to go to a local agent that knows the local insurance markets. You need Legacy Partners Insurance. They're independent, so they get lots of quotes. They make the carriers compete for your business. As a matter of fact, they shop between 7 and 10 carriers for your personal. That's your home and your auto. And if you're a business owner, they go between 50 carriers for your commercial accounts. They've been doing it over 100 years, so you can trust their reputation. It's a no-brainer. If you haven't had your insurance quoted this year, you better, because you know your insurance rates went up even though you didn't know it. Give them a call, 586-209-4106. It's a free call. It's also a free entry. God bless you. Free entry to Legacy Partners on the web. Let's go to it. LegacyPartnersINS.com/Woodward Sports. Takes you to a landing page. You put your name, number, your email down, and they'll get back in touch with you. They do all the work for you. All you got to do is give them the information that they're looking for. Remember, Legacy Partners Insurance. Tell them Maz from Woodward Sports sent you.
Sounds great. And so my mic was up during that last break. I was like, I'm fading fast here.
Are you?
Well,
your legs.
The legs.
Yeah, your legs.
I'm back on the table over here, Maz.
Are you crisscross applesauce?
I'm back on the table over here. If you're just tuning in, so Maz bought these chairs.
I didn't.
And they're the footrest on them is broken.
I just happened to be here at the time that he came.
And so like my legs are dangling off this chair.
They're like pieces of meat in a butcher shop.
I feel like if I stood up right now, I would fall down. Like, I can't feel my legs. I know they're there.
Kind of like the crate challenge?
Yeah. I can't, yes, kind of like the crate challenge. I mean, I could feel my legs, but I can't feel anything.
I'm
like,
sorry.
I know they're there, though.
I am sorry.
Patriots owner Bob Kraft spent $2 million of his own money to fly 1 million N95 masks from China to Boston, then to El Salvador with 500,000 vaccines, and to Haiti with 40 pallets of medical equipment. They were just hit by natural disaster, equipment, water, and other supplies. I just think that is fantastic stuff.
Look at that jet.
I wanted to make a mention of that, Maz, because we talk about these guys so much, and at the end of the day, there's so many people out there doing so many great things to help other people, and I just love that.
Just the other day, it would have been the great Roberto Clemente's 87th birthday. Speaking of a guy that went out of his way, went to Nicaragua on that New Year's Eve in 1972 on this rickety plane after they had just had an earthquake. And the plane went down, of course, and we lost the great Roberto. And now you have Robert Kraft and other people like that stepping up, and I take my hat off to them. So not only we know they make a lot of money, these NFL owners, the Fords are well. They're very good to everybody here in Michigan as well. So hats off to you guys. Not only we bust his chops for getting caught with the goods a couple of years ago.
Come on, man. Look at this guy. Look at this guy.
We bring up the good parts.
Why would you bring that up in a story like this?
I don't know. I just figured
Because
I'd
he
bring it
hates
up.
anything Boston and Patriots.
I mean, seriously.
Sorry,
was that necessary?
I slipped.
That wasn't necessary.
I slipped.
Okay.
Thank you, Robert Kraft.
That wasn't necessary.
You're a good guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Boston and Patriots, how much money would I have to give you to go on that plane?
You're funny. Just because it says Patriots on it?
Well, I would think
Maz would be lounging in there, Fish.
Listen, man, I'm an NFL fan. I'd be so geeked to go on an NFL plane, to go on Redbird 1, to go on Round Ball 1, whatever the hell it's called. I would have loved it, man. I would have been mixing it up and playing cards and having a good time, and I would have went on. It wouldn't have cost anything.
Maz would have been fine on that. Guys, I wanted to talk about this as well. Fish had mentioned that college football begins this week. And with that comes all the college football shows. ESPN College Game Day.
Best.
Hold that thought. So ESPN College Game Day is going to be back in business, and so is 86-year-old Lee Corso. He is returning to College Game Day.
Check this out. This is one of his best moments. Only 6 seconds.
Fuck it.
Terrible.
Look at Kirk Herbstreit.
Fuck it.
All right.
We apologize for the language used by Lee Corso in that clip. But he's back. I don't have a problem with this. Look, they're going to protect him. They've protected him for years on that show.
I know, but the last time he was on, when he is on, I am now nervous because I don't want anyone to make fun of the guy. I liked him. It was a great bit when he puts the hat on of the mascot, whoever he's picking for the game. It's a great bit. But, when they're asking him questions and he's having a hard time, I could just see I feel the guys on the panel feel for him, and they can't wait till he gets the words out of his mouth. I just don't know if it's going to have a happy ending or not.
Who am I to tell Lee Corso that it's time? You know what I mean? Like,
if they're not going to tell him.
God bless him. Like, usually, sometimes if you don't feel like you can really do the job, like maybe your family members, your wife, your kids, your grandkids, whoever, pulls you aside and says, Dad, Lee, Grandpa, it's time. But if nobody's doing that, why should I do that? He is returning. And I'll tell you this much, too. Good for Lee Corso if he's returning. Fox Big Noon Kickoff. Get a close-up of this. Fox Big Noon Kickoff is better than ESPN College Game Day. Better. It is.
Man, chill out.
That just goes to show me that you've never watched the show.
I have, and I liked it with Urban Meyer. I did.
So Urban Meyer is now off, and I do think that's a big consideration because Urban Meyer helped make that show great.
Yeah.
Bob Stoops is replacing Urban Meyer on that set. I think that's a really good replacement.
Good. Fox is great. I like him.
I really like those guys.
College Game Day?
Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush,
Reese Davis, Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit.
Chris Fowler is not on Game Day anymore.
But they go to him.
If Chris Fowler was on, I like Reese Davis.
Reese Davis is the best.
Reese Davis is good.
I think he's better than good.
But they're just stale.
Desmond Howard's also on there.
Yeah, Desmond. Yeah. Then you got who's the guy that picks the bear?
The Bear.
They got the Bear.
I like the Bear. I like the Bear.
They've introduced all new things.
I like the Bear, but they're just stale. I don't know if Herbstreit or
You don't like Herbie?
I mean, he's fine, but I'm telling you,
the guy had to move out of the state because all the hate he got.
I know it.
If he didn't kiss Ohio State's butt.
Can you believe that?
Yes, it's sad.
I do. I know. Look, I know a lot of people will make the connection to a day job of mine, but that has nothing to do with it. I firmly enjoy
I didn't even think of that when you said that. I didn't
exactly.
Even,
I'm glad you
think
didn't.
of that.
I'm glad you didn't.
That's Fox National, man. This is and it's ESPN National.
I don't know any of those guys.
No.
I don't know any of those guys on that morning show. In fact, when the Big Ten signed a contract with Fox years and years ago, I was actually really kind of disappointed that those games wouldn't be on ABC, because I consider ABC college football's network with Keith Jackson and Brent Musburger. I think Fowler does a great job. But I will tell you, after watching the product that they put out, after seeing their studio shows, Gus Johnson is as good as anybody.
I don't know about that. I mean, he's very good.
In my opinion,
he's very good.
Detroit's own Gus Johnson,
I like him,
is as good as anybody broadcasting a game anywhere. I actually prefer Fox's coverage of college football as opposed to ESPN ABC. I do.
Well, that's good. That's
now you can
different strokes, man.
You can think I'm crazy, or you can think I'm just saying that because of my day job, but I firmly enjoy their coverage better.
Well, they're good. I like them, but to me they're the second fiddle to ABC, ESPN. I just love almost all the ESPN broadcasters that are out there. Again, I'm not going to get into specifics who I don't like or whatever. There's a few that I don't like, but the Fox broadcast is good, not as good as the ESPN. But I wish the coach Lee Corso the best. I hope he can have a good season and not make too many mistakes.
I hope he's able to finish it. Yeah, and that's really, you don't want to see anybody embarrass themselves. I certainly don't want to see that either.
They're gonna keep it short and dumb it down for him as much as they can.
Absolutely, they'll protect him. Fish, you got something?
You guys missed a network.
We didn't miss a network. NBC?
CBS?
Yeah, CBS.
And CBS has the SEC. They used to have the SEC.
Yeah, CBS.
Well, they still have it. I think it ends 2023.
And that's Danielson and
Danielson.
It used to be Vern Lundquist.
No,
but now
it's Brad Nessler.
Brad Nessler. I love that.
I love those guys. I don't care for their studio show.
Yeah.
I don't care for their studio show too much, but look, Brad Nessler and Gary Danielson are as good as anybody out there.
Superb.
As good as anybody out there. But Vern Lundquist is not there anymore. Like, I love Brad Nessler, but Vern Lundquist to me I could watch Vern Lundquist talk about the breeze.
Can I bring him out of retirement?
Hey, he started with the Dallas Cowboys back in the day, way back when. Vern. And NBC, of course, our friend Mike Tirico.
In your life. I know that's golf, but
that's right.
Vern Lundquist.
He still does golf, by the way. He does Masters 16.
Look at that.
But I wish he would do more.
No doubt about it. Some of those great voices. Guys, we're going to have Kirk Gibson coming up in about 12 minutes. We'll talk to him about Miggy 500.
We're hoping that he's going to be off the course by then.
Yeah.
Because he is right now on his own. It's the 4th annual Kirk Gibson Foundation for Parkinson's at Wingate Country Club in Rochester Hills. If he gets off the course in time, he will join us for a couple of minutes.
How about this? We are expected to be joined by Kirk Gibson in about 12 minutes from now. Maz talked about this crate challenge that's going on right now. We've got some awesome videos for you. We're going to play those for you next. Armani and Edwards. Maz in for Edwards, even though Maz is in for himself.
Exactly. I'm not on the Maz cam.
He's not on the Maz cam. He's here on the desk for Braylon, who's being honored today. NFL Alumni Detroit Chapter, 42nd year of their golf classic. He is the alumnus of the year. Right. He'll be back with us tomorrow. This is the Bottom Line Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome to the Call Sam Chopper Shop, where you can win a custom-built chopper while helping our veterans at the same time.
Watch as the Bad Pig Custom Team turns this bike into a one-of-a-kind classic chopper.
And when it's finished, we'll be donating the bike to Volunteers of America Michigan to raffle off in support of our vets.
A great cause to give back to those who've given so much.
Watch for Call Sam Chopper Shop episodes on our social media channels and get your raffle ticket today at callsam.com/chopper shop.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac.
Right back here on Woodward Sports. Ryan Armani, Tom Mazzaway. Braylon Edwards will be back tomorrow. Maz had mentioned this crate challenge. I don't know, if you guys are on social media, many of you are. That's how you're watching us right now, whether it's on Twitter or YouTube. You've seen this crate challenge, this milk crate challenge. I've got questions about this, but Maz, can you walk us through the object of the exercise?
I certainly will. Let's lower the music a little bit here, Fish. And the crate challenge, you can go hashtag the crate challenge. It's going to take you to a bunch of videos, and it's a bunch of people trying to get to the top of this pyramid of milk crates. Now, the center of the milk crates is supposed to be 7 high. And I'm not sure exactly how high that is, but you're supposed to go up the
7
one side,
high.
7 high,
Okay.
and then get down the other side to complete the crate challenge. Most of them did not make it. So we're going to show you. Here's cut number 1. Here he goes. Right, check him out.
He got it too.
Oh, he's going to shake it. Oh, that's a lower back injury.
Man.
That's a lower back injury. So far, we are 0 for 1. Let's go to number 2 and check out this contestant on the crate challenge.
Look at all the people.
All right, he wants to get down now. On his neck. He fell.
Dude.
He fell on his neck.
Dude, what are they doing? Like, every time I see somebody fall, they fall hard.
Play that again without the sound, Alec. But let's take a look at this guy.
They fall hard.
He fell on his head, man. This guy had to have a broken neck or a vertebrae.
But that's the thing. Every time I see somebody fall, they fall hard,
how
man.
could you not? Look how tall, look how high up they are.
But I mean, can't you fall and catch yourself?
Look at this.
Look at it. He's like,
move
please,
away.
please, please.
He's like, move away. Here I come.
Oh my.
Watch his head.
Gosh.
He fell on his head. He says, I'm okay, but he is not okay.
There's more.
We have more. Check out this gentleman.
There's more.
This guy's going up with a hookah, by the way.
Sir, please.
He's got the hookah.
Sir, what are you doing?
Look at it.
What are you doing, sir?
Why does he have the hookah in his hand?
Is he smoking?
Yeah. I guess that's the only way he's going to do it.
Come on now. Fall on your face. Oh. Jeez.
He is down
What in
and
the
out.
world?
And we have a woman in high heels now.
What is happening?
Here's the kicker.
Ma'am.
I'm not sure if
Please.
this was a regulation height.
I don't
crate.
think it matters. She was really good.
Let's
Ma'am,
check her out.
Please.
This woman is in heels.
Y'all gotta be quiet.
See, I don't think those crates are as high.
Well,
let's
there's 2.
Looks like 5.
So she's got 3 there.
Yeah, looks like 5.
I think she's at 6.
Oh, maybe it is.
6 crates.
It might be 7.
I don't know. I can't count. Can't see that
I
far.
can see 6 for sure. Look at her. She's in
Oh,
heels,
man. She's in heels. She looks great, too. I mean, oh, my gosh.
This was Terry's girl. He
Seriously.
Terry's like, this is my girl.
Look at this.
All right.
It's fantastic.
She's taking her
She
time.
said be quiet. Oh my
Okay, I'll
God.
be quiet. Be quiet, Maz.
She didn't stand up there. She kind of stayed in the crouch position.
Maz, she said be quiet.
Okay.
He said carry the stallion.
Be
You did it
quiet.
faster in the hills. Yeah, you did faster.
Hey! Yeah!
And she made it. Congratulations. That is the crate challenge. Now, who here will take that challenge?
You?
No.
You?
I can barely get off this chair.
Maz, if you did the crate challenge, okay.
I'm not. Just stop right there because I'm not.
If you did the crate challenge, I would buy you meat pies for a month.
No. No dice. Not a chance. There's only one guy here that maybe will do it, and I would think it would be Joik Bell.
You think Joik would do it?
I think Joik would do it. I think Joik could do it.
Here's a silly question for you, and I mean this in all sincerity. Where do these people get all of the milk crates from? Like,
that's a good question.
Where are the milk crates? Like, I haven't seen a milk crate in a long time. I mean, are these happening on school playgrounds?
Either that or they're going to the back of Kroger and robbing Kroger.
Where are these milk crates coming from?
I don't know. How many milk crates do you have in your garage? I've got a few.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't have any milk
They're
crates.
great for putting stuff in.
I don't have any milk crates.
None, okay.
I've got a lot of totes or bins or whatever you want to say.
Hey, It's all good, man.
Do you have how many milk crates do you have?
I probably have 3 or 4.
Oh, well, I'll do a milk crate challenge on 3 or 4.
I will too. I'll climb the 4th one for you. But that's it.
I don't think
that is it. That's as far as I'm going.
I don't know if that's happening for you, Maz.
Hey.
I really don't. I really don't know if that's going to work out for you. I just don't think it is.
I just don't know when is enough with this. We've had the hot chip challenge that Joik took. He was challenged by I think it was Art who challenged him. He took that hot chip challenge a few months ago, and he almost passed out live on the show. There was other stuff. I heard.
What hot chip was it? I missed this one.
You missed the hot chip challenge?
Yeah, I missed the hot chip challenge.
Alex, do you remember that hot chip challenge? Describe it a little. It's called the one chip challenge, right?
Yeah, it's basically just like taking a ghost pepper. Like, do you know what a ghost pepper is, Ryan?
No, but I can envision one.
So
I
it's
guess.
like on the there's like the Scoville rating where it like judges like how hot like foods are, and like the ghost pepper is like second on that list, like behind like the Carolina Reaper pepper.
It doesn't even sound like fun, Alex.
No, it's not. I've tried it before in high school when I was a dumb high school kid, and it ruined my whole day. And the teacher yelled at me. So, but yeah,
was it like a hazing incident?
No, it was just like, hey, the one kid brought in the pepper one day. He's like, let's try it, and then
Felt it was a good idea.
Yeah,
at the time.
It was a good idea at the time, but not
So
afterwards.
Joik takes this chip. He eats it.
I still have a quarter of the chip in my office back there. It's been sitting there for, I don't know, 3 months?
You can describe it, too. I mean, he took the chip, and he was like, I'm okay so far. And there was like 15, 20 people in here watching him. All of a sudden, he eats it, and all of a sudden, he starts sweating.
This is Art?
This is Joik.
Joik did it?
Joik Blau did it.
Oh.
And he starts sweating, and they had milk. Didn't they have milk for him?
Yes.
Milk and bread.
Well,
you gotta have bread
but he
at
likes
that
almond
point.
milk.
Almond milk. He was downing the almond milk, little by little. And it just kept getting worse and worse.
Building and
worse.
building
Who got
and
sick,
building.
actually?
It was Joik Blau.
No, there was someone else before him that got almost passed out.
Corey Woods was the first person to do it. So it all started with Corey Woods and his friend Marcus did the challenge.
Corey
and
had
then
to take the next day off.
and then from there Joik Bell said, "Oh, it looks pretty simple. I can do it." After like 8 weeks of saying, "Yes, I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. Yes," he finally did it. And fair play to him.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
Corey had to take the next day off. It threw his stomach off that bad.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Corey's going to join us this week, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see him.
But Corey Woods, if you're not following him on Twitter, I don't know what you're doing, but Corey is doing a great job for us, our Lions beat writer here at Woodward Sports. He's going to be on with us this week. We're going to have him on weekly. Coming up on our show as well. We love Corey. He's breaking stories out there at Allen Park.
He's getting some good sound.
He is doing some great stuff, and he does. He gets the video up faster than anybody up there.
Yep.
He's doing awesome things, and we're happy to have him, proud to have him here at Woodward Sports, and he'll be a part of the show. Moving forward, we'll have him on at least, at a minimum, once weekly and probably multiple times throughout the week as well. Corey Woods, look for him on Twitter. And look for us as well. Again, 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, 10,000 likes on Twitter. We can't thank you enough here at Woodward Sports. We are here because of you, and we really appreciate your support. We are going to...
We're trying to get him.
We're trying to get. We're going to have somebody, whether it's Kirk Gibson, Dave Rozema, somebody. We're going to have them next. How about that's one hell of a tease?
That's a hell of a tease.
I'm telling you. Armani and Edwards, Woodward Sports Network.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz for Levels in Centerline. They are now open, and they're specializing in delivery. Ryan loves delivery, by the way. If you could deliver anything, Ryan is stepping up. Make sure you download the Enjoy Levels app, available on the Apple or Google Play Store today. The app has special offers, plus your chance to collect points and level up. Stop by Levels today. Tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
We are efforting Kirk Gibson, Tigers analyst, 1984-1988 World Series champ, live from the 5th annual Kirk Gibson Foundation for Parkinson's golf tournament at Wingate Country Club in Rochester
MVP
Hills.
for the NL in '88 as well.
Yeah,
NL MVP.
Sorry. Yes. I misunderstood what you were saying. They have raised over $700,000 to fund programs to benefit Parkinson's patients and to provide research to help find a cure. Kirk Gibson on the course right now. They're doing an auction as well, efforting that as well. And whether it's Dave Rozema or Kirk Gibson or whoever, we're looking to get somebody from there. In the meantime, Maz, today is a special day.
It is. It's would have been
Kobe Bryant's 43rd birthday.
Kobe Bean Bryant. We're calling it Mamba Day. And go back a few years, and he had his baby girl in his arms when LeBron James took over and went to Team USA and said, "Hey, let's sing to Kobe." Check this out.
All right, here we go. Like I said, today is Kobe Bryant's 30th birthday, and we're going to sing happy birthday on 3. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kobe. Happy birthday to you.
I watched that video, Maz, and I still cannot believe it.
My heart aches when I see, look at the love that little girl had for her dad.
It's Kobe, it's Gianna, it's the tragedy. Maybe it's just an all-time terrible tragedy too that ended it. I remember I was at home and I saw it actually on the bottom line. I forget what I was watching, and no pun intended. I mean, the bottom line scroll, whatever I was watching at the time, said Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. It was that crisp. It was that
That's head
final.
Shaking. It's head shaking.
It was that final. I still cannot believe it.
That's how we started the year of 2020.
Yeah.
In January. And then, of course, a month later, a month and a week, COVID shuts us down. That's how we started that freaking year. It's mind-boggling to me that he is no longer here with us. Would have been 43 years young today. Would have, breaking into Hollywood, won an Oscar already, did many things, built many things, had his Kobe Academy, his Mamba Academy, which is still going strong. His wife, Vanessa, still carrying on the name. Still has a sneaker out there named after him. But our thoughts and prayers go out to the Bryant family, and we miss you, Kobe.
For a generation of fans, Kobe Bryant is their Michael Jordan. We sit there and we talk about Michael Jordan all the time. And now the argument there is, LeBron, of course, and all of that stuff. But for an entire generation of NBA player who's playing right now, their GOAT was Kobe Bryant.
No question.
He was larger than life. He was the Mamba mentality. He was the killer there on the court. He would bury you, and it was that mindset, I think, that was so unique to him in sports. Like, there are only those few athletes who really have that instinct to just kind of bury you. And when he was on the court, he was that guy that was just out to attack. He was always in attack mode.
How about when he blew out his Achilles on the court? He got fouled. He walks to the sidelines. He has to shoot his free throws. His Achilles is destroyed. He walks to the free throw line, hits his 2 free throws, and walks off. Who does that? Usually when you're hurt, you're done. It feels like a gunshot wound to the back of your leg. Not that I even have an Achilles, but I can only imagine what it would feel like to a first-class athlete like that. He comes back, he hits the 2 free throws, walks off. He's biting his lip like he always did. Just walked off, knew he was done. Then he comes back, and what's he shoot in his last game? What's he get, 60 in his last game?
Yeah.
That's storybook. Storybook. It's a once-in-a-lifetime guy like that.
Definitely wanted to bring that up on a day like today. Kobe Bean Bryant, 43rd birthday, would have been his 43rd birthday, and we celebrate him today. It's just a remarkable tragedy what happened, and it's still kind of unspeakable. I mean, how you can even, that
you don't think he's gone.
The strength of that wife, the strength of those kids. My goodness.
The Pistons also came out with their schedule release, and it came out, I think, on Friday night. I don't know. Usually the NBA, I thought, would have been a little smarter than that. Anything that drops like on a Friday night kind of gets swept under the rug for the weekend. But here's what their schedule looks like. We put it out on our little Woodward Sports banner. They lead off with the Chicago Bulls. There it is, all the logos. And they finish up with the Sacramento Kings at the end. So here's the kicker. 82 games, regular season. What do you think the over/under is for wins?
Sit on that. We're going to get to that in a minute. We've got to get this guy in. One of the great people, one of the great Tigers of all time, Dave Rozema, joining us now.
Rosie,
what's happening, boys?
You baby. What's going on?
How'd you hit him today?
How am I looking? Am I looking okay?
You look great.
You look like you attacked that golf course with an enthusiasm unknown to mankind.
You know what? I had a great roommate in my my cart, Mr. Tom Izzo, and you know what? We made some beautiful putts together.
Talk to me about Rosie, talk to me about this outing. We've got a couple of minutes left. Talk to me about this outing, how great it was, the participation, all of it.
Well, you know what, Joe? Obviously, it's Kirk Gibson's Fight for Parkies Foundation here at beautiful Wingate. It was a packed house. Both courses were full, and we had a lot of teammates back in the day from Michigan State areas. Tom Milson was here. He's got some of David Wells here. A few other Tigers that came in. Simo was here, so
Boomer. I love Boomer.
Boomer was here, and Simo was there, and Matt Shepard, his colleague on the station. But you know what? The fog went away. It turned out beautiful. We got blue sunshines, and everybody's ready to have a good time.
How's Gibby doing these days? We see him. We watch him on Bally Sports Detroit. We all root for him. We know his heart. We know how hard he's hitting this thing. Tell us a little bit about him.
You know what? My brother-in-law, love him to death. Great teammate, good friend. You know what? He has a workout stage that he goes every Wednesday, goes over by Lansing, and he's working out. And these guys that are his therapists, he said, he is a battler, and he's keeping himself in great shape. He plays golf probably 6 times a week. You can't stop him. You know what? You guys, you couldn't keep up with him. I mean, he's got my fall program for pheasant hunting. From mid-October to the middle of November. Then we got deer hunting. Then we got this. Then we got this. I'm going, hey, big boy. So it's like, but he stays focused. You know what? He learns from doctors and other people that have this Parkinson's disease, this issue that a lot of Americans haven't. They don't like to talk about it. They don't want to deal with it. But it's better to have people to deal with it and talk about it. You feel better and try to find a cure for this. Just like all those other crappy viruses and things out there. But obviously, Kirk has this one, and this is what we're trying to focus on. But I mean, makes people feel warm inside to get some feelings out. So makes a happier world.
Hey, Rosie, I got 1 minute left in our show. We'd love to have you come in here, and maybe we could do a big chunk of time with you. But I want to get a thought on Miggy real quick. 500 home runs in his career.
Hey, Ryan. Hey, anyway, do that. I'll do it anytime when you guys ask me. So we did the fantasy camp at Comerica over this last weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mm-hmm. Sunday, the Tigers put a special little barbecue on and up in the Pepsi area, and Miggy, we're all watching it, and Miggy hit the home run. So, kind of ironic. We're all in Comerica Park. There's probably 100 people, and we sat in the AC lounges and had a good bite to eat, and he hits it in Toronto. You know what? I'm happy for him because I've never really seen a milestone. I mean, 500 is a long time playing and a lot of home runs, so he pissed off a lot of pitchers.
Dave Rozema, one of the best, man. We absolutely love you. We
Thanks,
definitely
Rosie.
want to make this work where you get in here in studio and muck it up with us a little bit.
We can do that, Ryan. Hey, you guys, anytime. Tommy boy, you guys take care. Love you.
Thanks, Rosie.
Hey, I got to go out here and pitch batting practice now for an auction item.
God
and
bless you.
it's 98 degrees humidity out here. I'm going to have a riot. So thank you, guys.
Thanks,
soon,
Rosie.
man.
Dave Rozema, one of
All
the
right,
greats,
talk to you
man.
later.
So great.
I bowled with him.
Who's better than
bowl
Rosie?
with that guy is a laugh. My buddy Ethan Perlman was at that fantasy camp this past
Who's
weekend.
better than Rosie?
Nobody. He's just a laugh a minute.
Maz, this was great, man. I really enjoyed myself today.
Me too. Hey, by the way, over-under for Piston wins, 25.5. That's what Vegas said.
Look at that.
That's low.
That is low. I like these guys this year. Braylon is back tomorrow. He was out today being honored by the Detroit chapter, alumnus of the year for the NFL alumni for all the great work he does out in the community. He will be back tomorrow. We will be as well. Tell your friends about us on Woodward Sports. Armani and Edwards with Maz. The Bottom Line on Woodward Sports Network. See you tomorrow.
The 1-1. Deep fly ball. Right center field. That's got carry. It's gone! Number 500 and history for Miguel Cabrera.